Hello, welcome everyone. This is Lisa coming back to you with love and light. We are going to be talking about ways tonight to heal. Before we get into the discussion today, how is everyone doing? Happy Friday to everyone who is tuning in to this video. I apologize. I wasn't able to do any videos before this time because of my schedule, but I'm opening up my schedule so that I can do more of these videos, so that I can spend time here discussing grief and healing and helping other people, paying it forward because I know what it's like to go through grief and to go through a lot of pain and stress, etc. However, I also know that it's important to talk about it. It's important to have an outlet. Without that outlet, you feel lost. So, we're going to talk about that today. Today's topic of discussion is taking small steps to heal. And we're going to talk about just the little steps to do. Because when you first lose a loved one, it's traumatic, it's painful, you go through different emotions, as I discussed before. However, as time goes on, you never get over it, but you can get through the pain. And we're going to talk about some ways to do that. Tonight will be a brief discussion, and then I'll be back on to have more discussions about this. But I wanted to get this video out because someone somewhere needs to hear this message. Because what happens with grief, everyone, is that people do not talk about it. Some people may open up and talk about what they're feeling, but a lot of people try to push down the feeling and just keep going, which is good to stay busy, but not having an outlet to talk to someone about how you're feeling and what's going on, and pushing down feelings, one day it's just going to erupt like an explosion. So it's always important to have an outlet. And as I said myself, I experienced a lot of loss during a shutdown. I spent a lot of time at the gym because I was angry, because that's going to be one of the emotions that you're going to feel is anger. So I spent a lot of time at the gym because even though we were in a shutdown, the gym actually was open. And I got a lot of my frustration out at the gym, working out and music. So find what your niches for the outlet that can help you, because it is a way to start the healing process. And develop small goals. Like, in the beginning, you may be in a bed a lot. You may not want to interact with other people because you may have a state of depression, etc. But don't allow yourself to isolate too much. Definitely have the time alone, the alone time that you necessarily need, but don't overdo it. Take the time to sit and write. Um, let's say, write down one thing that you can accomplish on a daily basis. As more time go by, write down, well, I'm going to get this done today. And then if you get that specific goal done, check it off little by little. No one has a right to tell anyone a year or two from now that you still should not be grieving that loved one. Because grief, the healing process, is different from for everyone. It's different for everyone. Not everyone heals at the same time. We all go through different phases of it, but we need to talk about it. We need to have an outlet and just little steps. And one of the things that's important is self love. Learn to love yourself. And some people don't like to spend time alone, but sometimes that's necessary, especially when you first go through this process. Have time alone to reflect, and to grieve the lost one. Let yourself grieve it. Let yourself feel the pain. Whether you're a male or female, let yourself feel that, because you're going to feel that emptiness, that void. That person is no longer here. So allow that, And as I always say in these videos, is to connect with a therapist, a grief therapist that you can sit and talk to, someone who's going to listen and hear everything that you're going through and what you're feeling. And then find in your area not just only the grief counselor, but a grief group, like a counseling group with other people who are grieving a loved one. Excuse me. Because hearing other stories about how other people are getting through the grief or what they're going through or what they're feeling, um, please do so, because it's going to help you as well. And it's going to also let you know that you're not the only one going through this. Excuse me, guys. I have a little bit of a sinus going on today, but excuse me. Uh, anyway, what I was saying is that it's important to connect with other people who are feeling what you're feeling, who've gone through this. Recently, I connected with some friends to talk about specific parts of grief and about other issues. And I thought I was the only one feeling a particular way about something. And these other women that I went out, they were sharing their experiences with me. And it really helped me, because I thought for a long time I was the only one that felt this way. I was the only one who experienced A, B, C, and D. But no, that's not true. There are other people who are out there, and they are having those same experiences, those same feelings, situations. But not everyone is going to share that story openly. So surround yourself with the grief counseling group, because it's going to help you, and be around other people who have, lost a loved one as well. Also, what helped me is, being in prayer, going to church, surrounding myself with other people as well who've had this situation of loss, and just finding out through conversation with them, how did they get through it? What were some of the things that they did to help them to get through this situation? And there's no shame to this. We're human. All of us are human. And life happens, and then we lose someone that we love. Keep their memory alive. Always talk about that person. Talk about the good things that you did together. Talk about how they made you laugh, and just share those things. I also lost my dog, and for pet lovers here, our pets are part of our family. I always talk about him, the things I did about him. I have his pictures here, as well as my mother, etc. And just keep their memory alive that way, and write down what you're feeling at times. My therapist helped me by, if you can't express certain things verbally, write it down. Write down what you wanted to say to that Passover loved one. I can't say it to them because they no longer here, but I can write and read out loud what I wanted to say. Those things will help you, especially in the beginning when you're having a hard time sharing your feelings with others. Write them down and then read them out aloud. Read them out on how you feel. That's important. Those little steps, believe it or not, those little things will help you get through this process of the grief. And nothing more will help also but time. You don't get over it, but you get through it in time. And plenty of self-care, taking care of yourself. Do some things for you. I was always subservient to other people. I spent a lot of time before um, losing all these loved ones and my pet, so being subservient to other people. But when we had to shut down and all of this happened with losing people, it made me think about what I want. And if you were a person like myself who was subservient to other people, now with this loss, now it's time to do self-care, to think about yourself, to take care of you, you know, and do things to pamper yourself. Run that bath water, that bubble bath, candles and music. Buy yourself some roses, buy yourself a gift. Do things to, lift your spirits. Self love. Self love doesn't mean to be in love with yourself, but to give yourself the care that you need. Mental health is important, and physical health, especially during this time, because you're not going to feel, there are going to be times where you don't feel like even getting up. You don't feel like, doing anything, combing your hair, getting dressed. I've been through all of those feelings during the loss. But as you get through it and more time go by, just try to do something every day, even if it's something little, because it matters, it helps, and plenty of self-care. Stay connected to those who are going to build you up and encourage you, and those who are just going to be there just to listen. If you have people in your life who are there, then do so. And sometimes you just need to be heard. Even if it's just to say, hey, I'm not feeling that good today. I wish I felt better. I wish my loved one was here. And a person doesn't necessarily have to say anything. That person is just there to listen. And that's important to have those things, because that's an outlet as well to get through the grieving process. And always take care of yourself, and just let yourself feel what you need to feel and go through it. But for those who are out there who are having deep depression and suicidal thoughts, I hope no one is having that situation. But for in any event, for everyone listening to this podcast today, this video, please get connected with the grief counselor in your area. You can always Google that, and then look there. Once you Google, a list will pop up, and then look for grief counselors in your area. Look for grief counseling groups in your area as well. And make that phone call, and talk to one, and meet with them and see who best fits the needs that you have. And then get yourself connected to a grief counseling group. All those things are important. But when it first happens, let yourself grieve, let yourself feel the pain, because it's going to be many, many emotions that you're going to feel. And don't have no shame to it, because that's a loved one that you lost that's no longer here. And we all go through that. We are all human. And, just let yourself go through the process. So that is it for today. I also want to talk about a seminar, and that's what I've been busy in behind the scenes preparing to. I've had a lot of meetings this week. That's why I haven't been here. As I wanted to do a few more of these videos, but I had these meetings because I'm trying to develop a seminar, and then I'm going to RSVP and see how many people are interested in showing up. And the seminar will be for an hour, where we're going to discuss more in depth about grief and hear what others have to say, and then find out at this seminar how other people got themselves through it. So please stay tuned again, subscribe, share this video with others, and subscribe to the channel. And in a comment category, tell me if you would like to attend a seminar, because I want to do a first one to see how many people show up, have this discussion about grief, and then we can see what happens there. But thank you for listening. This is Lisa, shedding love and light to everyone. Always put your health first before anything else, especially your mental health, and take care of yourself. Give yourself the self-love that you need. Saying good night to everyone. Happy Friday again. Thank you for watching this video. Love and light to you all. I will be back in a few days with more messages. Bye for now.